Hi, everyone. Welcome to the weekly reset. So lovely to join you in this second week of March. It's a beautiful, watery Pisces season, and yesterday was International Women's Day. So I hope you all commemorated it by loving all the women in your life. And yeah, I saw this post earlier today, and it was half of the women in the world, half of the people in the world are women, and the rest are children of the women. So I thought that was a really nice thing to think about today. So the energies for this week is moving in terms of clarity. And today, this weekly reset is all about coming back to you so that you can get more present, more grounded, and solid for the week ahead, and clear in terms of where you want to go and how your body is and how you want your body to respond every day this week. So this is what this is about. So again, we're going to focus on a similar formula, and we have different questions every week. So first of all, I'd love you to start by just feeling into the seat, the space around you, just noticing any sounds, and just coming back to your heart, coming back to your center, and just noticing. Noticing what's present for you. So if you've got 1,000 thoughts that's coming through, just pull them back and just think of one thought. See if you can think of one thought or the thing that's the biggest for you in your life right now. And just give it breath. Just give it some space. So just imagine the problem, the issue, the project, whatever. Just breathe in and imagine there's extra space around it. You can visualize it, you can feel it, you can hear it even. So just imagining space. And then I'm just going to lead you into the guided practice for today. And this is, again, getting in touch with ourselves, our bodies. And just remember, this is just a moment. If you can take, time off your phones or social media or put that down, feel free to have some nice music in the background. But if you can just, have a moment to come back to you without devices, that's always wonderful. And a cup of tea is always good. Okay. So centering in. And if it's comfortable for you, if you can close your eyes, that's ideal. And place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And just taking a nice deep breath into the belly, nice deep breath into the heart. And gently releasing. And on the next inhalation, take a nice deep breath in, hold, and then gently releasing. And one more time, nice deep breath in, hold, and gently, gently releasing. And just noticing today, we're going to observe the body and just observing what might be there. So any pain points, any tension, and what we're trying to do is just bring awareness to our body, because sometimes in just the awareness, things can shift and we can get more understanding. So becoming aware helps us in so many areas. So just starting from your head, just noticing internally how your head is feeling, behind your eye sockets, your nose, your mouth, your neck, your shoulders, how are they feeling? You just might want to gently move from side to side, just feeling how tense. I don't think any person's shoulders are not tense. Well, I haven't met anyone who doesn't have tense shoulders. I mean, certain respects they can be more or less, but yeah. So just giving your shoulders a roll back, And just noticing how's your neck feeling, how are your shoulders? Are they super tense? Are they less tense? Do they feel loose? And then just going down to your chest, your belly, taking a nice deep breath in and gently releasing. And again, nice deep breath in and gently releasing. And going down through your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet, your big toe, your little toe, on each foot. Noticing your elbows, your hands, your thumbs, your little fingers, your index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers. And just gently scanning from head to toe, up and down, and just noticing. How are you feeling? How is your internal world feeling? And what's tight, what's super present, what might have a particular color or shape or sound. And if you find an area that feels the biggest or the largest, give it some breath now. Nice deep breath in and gently releasing. And again, nice deep breath in to this area, giving it more breath. And just notice in your observation of this area, just gently notice, and if anything shifts, and if the breath creates any movement. It may or may not. It may become harder, it might become lighter. And it's all information. So just gently observing. How is this feeling? And then it's really nice to give areas that feel really tight for us some gratitude. So if you can take another deep breath in and being present and just sending mental gratitude and thanks. And just send thanks to this area of your body, thanking this area. And again, noticing whether there's any shifts or changes. There may or may not be, and that's all okay. But it will give us some understanding of what is happening internally, and with this information, we can use that. So giving this area some gratitude, some thanks, and just some more breath. And sometimes when this happens, we get information, and that information may be useful for us later on, and we can use that to journal about it. So you might want to take a sip of water and journal about it now, and then we'll move into the journaling prompts for this week. So just taking a nice sip of water or tea, whatever your substance is. And the first journaling question is there something in my life that I've been stuck on and not moving forward with? Something I've been wanting to do for a while, Explore why you haven't yet commenced this task. And I'll just pop this in the chat so you can have a look at that or copy that if you like. Is there something in my life I've been stuck on and not moving forward with? Something I've been wanting to do for a while? Explore why you haven't yet commenced this task. So just taking just a minute or two here just to really, really think about it and explore it. And just try to get a deeper understanding, and maybe your body will provide some of that wisdom. So ask your body why. Mhm. Okay, so the next question that we have for today is, and I've popped it in the chat as well. Actually, it didn't fully go. What can you do? Get really specific about moving forward with this task or not, and why this will help your life in every respect, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and for your family and community. There we go. I've popped it in the chat there. So, what can you do and get really specific about how you'll do it? And break it down into simple tasks about moving forward with this task or not this week, because it could be not. It might be that life has shifted, and so you don't want to continue to do that. But write down the reasons how that will be of benefit and of help in your life in every respect. So it can be emotionally, physically, spiritually, and for your family or community. So really taking some time to really explore each of those aspects, because that will give you some stimulation to move forward. Okay, so you might want to continue on that journaling task when we're when we're ready for it. And I'm just now going to paste the final question in the chat. So the final question is if I had to stand for something in my life, what would it be? If I had to stand for something in my life, what would it be? So, who would you like to be known for in terms of what values, actions, or beliefs do you want to be known for? And how can you make yourself known for that this coming week? And what can you do to show that and establish that? Because a life full of value is certainly a life worth living. So, check in with that. And a nice one to think about for this, like, if I was looking back in my life when I was in my 80s, for example, what would I like people to have said about me? And how can I do more of that this week? Okay, so you might want to keep journaling about that after the session. I hope those questions were useful for you for this week. And so just before we finish, I would love you just to check in again with your body. You might want to close your eyes just for a moment, just to check in and see how the areas are feeling, like if there was any areas that were really tight or big for you, how were they actually feeling now? And just noticing how that's feeling. And it doesn't have to be a big shift. Subtle shifts count. So, and this type of checking in isn't about, doing more or forcing things to happen. It's about being gentle with ourselves, our bodies, and what we want to be creating in my life, in your lives, our lives. So, if there was one thing that you can take from this moment together into this week, just note that for yourself internally now. And just noticing what this type of support gives you. And if you would like more, you can contact me. And I love to guide people through their unconscious to discover things about themselves that they weren't not yet fully consciously aware of. So have a beautiful week, everybody, and I look forward to joining you next week. Bye.